In a time when the air was filled with the murmur of countless debates and the land was a mosaic of beliefs, a group of Pharisees and Sadducees approached Jesus. Their hearts were not open to faith, but brimming with skepticism. They demanded of him a sign from heaven, a proof of his divine authority. But Jesus, understanding their lack of genuine faith, rebuked them. He pointed out their ability to interpret the earthly signs in the sky, yet their inability to discern the signs of the times, indicating their spiritual blindness. He then spoke of the sign of the prophet Jonah, a reference to his own resurrection as the only sign they would be given, and he turned away from them, leaving them to ponder his words. As Jesus and his disciples journeyed onwards, a mundane concern arose. They had forgotten to bring bread. In this moment of human forgetfulness, Jesus seized the opportunity to teach a deeper lesson. He warned them of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees, using leaven as a metaphor for the corrupt and misleading teachings of these groups. The disciples, initially perplexed, thought Jesus was speaking of physical bread. Jesus, realizing their misunderstanding, reminded them of his miracles of feeding the multitudes, questioning how they could still not comprehend. Finally, the disciples understood. Jesus was cautioning them against adopting the doctrine of the Pharisees and Sadducees, which could permeate and corrupt their faith just as leaven permeates bread. In the region of Caesarea Philippi, Jesus sought to understand the public's perception of him. His disciples relayed the various opinions they had heard. Some thought he was John the Baptist reborn, others Elijah, Jeremiah, or another prophet. But Jesus desired a more personal confession, turning to his disciples to ask who they believed he was. It was Simon Peter who boldly declared, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus, affirming this revelation as divinely inspired, blessed Peter and spoke of the pivotal role he would play in establishing the church, a spiritual entity strong enough to withstand all adversities. This moment of revelation was followed by a somber prediction by Jesus of his impending sufferings and death in Jerusalem, a truth that was difficult for the disciples to accept. Peter, out of concern and misunderstanding, rebuked Jesus, unwilling to accept such a fate for his master. But Jesus, recognizing the temptation in Peter's words to deviate from his divine mission, sharply corrected him, underscoring the necessity of heavenly wisdom over earthly concerns. Jesus then imparted a profound teaching to his disciples about discipleship, speaking of self-denial, carrying one's cross, and the paradox of losing one's life to find it. He emphasized the eternal value of the soul over worldly gain and promised a future where each will be rewarded according to their deeds. This teaching concluded with a mysterious and hopeful promise. Some present would not taste death before witnessing the coming of his kingdom, a statement that has sparked centuries of interpretation and hope among believers. In this narrative, we see a tapestry of teachings, miracles, and prophecies that together weave a profound picture of Jesus' mission and message, a story that challenges, enlightens, and offers hope to all who encounter it.